Okay, why is that not going live on YouTube? Alright, according to that, it's connected now. If you're joining on the stream, I'm currently trying to fix Restream, which has stopped working, which is not good. Why is this not... I know I'm just visually on whatchamacallit, but I am configuring these. Okay. View on YouTube. It says it's working. It's using a Minecraft thumbnail. Visually on whatchamacallit, but I am configuring these. Okay. View on YouTube. That's... That's weird. I mean, it's functioning. It's active. It's just not popping up on my actual studio. I guess I don't need to check it, considering I'm actively watching the stream info on Twitch and through the Restream thing. It's not relevant. If it's on both platforms, it's on both platforms. I'm going to count it as a win. Alright. So, welcome back to Runescape. I should say old school Runescape, but no one plays Runescape 3. I guess people do play Runescape 3, but yeah. So, a few things have happened since the last stream. Nothing really relevant besides I went ahead and got the ornate cape and the ornate gloves. I was gonna wear the ones I actually got from the Crack the Clue quest, but these are a little bit nicer, so... And they actually have beneficial stats. They're not purely decorative. These aren't the best gloves in any category, necessarily, but they are good against crush damage, which we are going to be using today, because we are fighting 1,000 frogs. We are currently trying to get prayer up to the point where we can have proper melee overhead. Technically, we could go for ranged overhead and then just tank the melee for Obor, but I'd rather have both if I'm being honest. And that means I have to kill 1,000 frogs. That's the long and the short of it. 1,000 frogs, 1,000 big bones. Technically it's only 990, so I'm exaggerating. I'm being way too dramatic about this. It's easy. It's 1,000. How long could it take? In just the time it's taken to kill 2 of them, it's been a full 30 seconds. So I'm going to be here for the next 3 days. I'm kidding, of course, but, you know. It is going to be a bit. Why am I going after that one? Just attack the nearby ones. I need to quit chasing the ones that wander that way. If we get fast enough kills, this shouldn't take too long, but if we don't get fast kills, it's going to be a while. I suppose I could go ahead and use the, what's the name of it? The loot tracker to keep track of how many frogs we're at. I could reset it and then it'd show once we hit 1,000. I don't know. But honestly, we could just watch the prayer as it goes up, if I'm being honest. It's not that big of a deal. But we're going to be doing clues, we're going to be punching frogs, that's all I have planned for tonight. Also, apologies about my voice. I went out to eat and I burned my tongue. That was fun. It was good food, don't get me wrong. It was great food, but, you know, it was a dumb mistake on my part. Which, it is what it is. I ain't stressing over it. But, yeah, 1,000 frogs. And my clue luck has been not amazing, but I will take not amazing clue luck, because I really can't complain about it. I got the Stale Baguette from the Sandwich Lady random event. Second one I've ever got on this account, and I got the Stale Baguette. Nothing I can do with it. But, I mean, I could drop it from our main, but I don't know. I like having it in the mole boots as a bit of trophies for this account. I guess I could wander around the Grand Exchange with the Stale Baguette, but that's about it. To be fair, Baguette is also just a joke weapon in general, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah. Oh, this is gonna take a bit. It's only 1,000 frogs. How long could it take? I actually think if we can get... I could do the math on that real quick. If we can kill... Let's be generous. Let's say we can kill a frog every 15 seconds. You know what? Let's say faster than that. Let's say every 5 seconds we kill a frog. We don't, but let's say we do. 5 seconds, or 5 seconds to kill a frog. That's how many a minute? That's... God, I can't do math now. Oh, crud, I punched the whatchamacallit. Alright, I'm not going to do math on stream, because I'm bad at math. But it's going to take a bit. Like, even if we kill one every 10 seconds, that's 6 a minute, and that would be 600 an hour. Actually, that's not bad. I mean, we won't kill one every 10 seconds. I mean, I guess if we get good, luck on it. Should we be focusing more on accuracy or strength at the moment? I was going strength because I want to get the next max hit, but I'm not sure exactly where in the strength bracket we are. Because I don't think we can check. Yeah, no. But another max hit would be decent. I would love to have at least 7. It's 360 an hour. Thank you, Noted Sapphire. I completely blanked. Apologies, I am a bit brain today. But, yeah. That having a max hit on it would be amazing. 6 times 60 is 360. Yeah. What did I say? Did I say 660? Or 600? Oh no, I said 600. Apologies about that. Again, my brain is completely fried. I had a whole day out today, but I was like, I should stream, because I've not streamed the last 2 days. Yeah. So, if it's 360 an hour, that's 4 hours. I guess that's only 3 hours, actually. That's 4 hours if we get bad luck. 3 hours isn't that bad to have overheads, considering we can only punch things. So, I mean, I can't complain about it that much. And then, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and reset. No, not reset all, just reset frogs. Yes, and I'll close this, and then every so often, I can just click on it, and we can see how many frogs we're at. It'll be great. Very convenient. Because we are currently, according to this, we are at 1 frog. So yeah, it's working. And then close all these. I will say, my clue scroll drop rate has been well over the, like, established rate for it. So that's good, at least. I think yesterday I had... God, how many was it? I had like 4 back-to-back. Which was convenient, because I like doing clue scrolls, but really inconvenient, because I was trying to get this grind done. What do you want, old man? Got me a present. Oh no. The old man almost killed Runescape. What was that? That was weird. And he gave me a spinach roll. I guess we'll hold on to it. I don't know. Throw it in the bank. I can't remember. No, kebabs are the ones that have the random effect. Spinach roll. I don't remember what it does off the top of my head. Yeah, just a spinach roll. Okay, no special effects, but hey, it is what it is. I also have to factor in whether or not I want to use any other consumables besides strength potions for Obor. I don't know how many things actually stack. I also had to swap my right mouse button because my middle mouse button has stopped working. And I don't have a spare keyboard on hand. Or not keyboard, spare mouse on hand. I cannot speak today. But it's fine as long as I don't accidentally click on anything. It's pretty convenient. I like being able to remap all the settings anyway. Alright. That is currently 5 frogs down. We're basically done. Let's be honest. It's basically 1,000. I'm going to be here until the end of time. I'm kidding, obviously. I'm not trying to be a downer with it. Plus good strength XP. I think frogs are the best combo strength and prayer. I think they're best prayer, period. But they are, like, one of the best free-to-play Ironman options. Technically, giants are better because of, they're about the same XP rate with a scimitar. And you also get the benefits of their drops. Speaking of which, I'm up to 8 of the keys, so that's good. I think it's 8. It might be 7. I don't know. A decent amount of keys. A good starter amount, assuming we don't get Obor within the first 7. I can just grind out some more keys. And every bit of XP, or every bit of extra XP that we get is going to help in the long run. Speaking of, I need to look up a chart for how much strength XP we need for another max hit. Because we are at 50 now, maybe 55, I think? I don't know. We're going to be getting the XP anyway, so it's fine. I was going to say, what are we wanting from clue scrolls? I guess any of the uniques. Those would be fun. We went ahead and got the mithril shield as well off screen because, you know, I was already having to deal with giants and do some fishing XP because I did not want a stream of just fishing. As engaging as this is, fishing is much slower. I guess we were doing giants as well, but... Or not giants, ogresses. But ogresses were mind-numbingly slow. And also not that much of a threat, considering spare swordfish. Speaking of which, I have to cook all that swordfish. I have, I think, 160. And then I gotta go ahead and start prepping for getting pizzas done as well. Because those are going to be helpful for Obor. In theory, I don't know. I looked at other people's loadouts and stats for it for fighting Obor. Most people actually used a weapon, no surprise, but they're pretty much going for the setup I'm going for, so I think we should be alright. Because their setup was basically free, so mine might be a bit of a struggle, but... I mean, we'll use more food, period. But as long as we actually get the kill, that's all that matters. I also kind of want to get the club. Don't know if it's going to be, like, it's not going to be helpful, actually. It's specifically not going to be helpful. Look up Tanner's Guide to Safe Spot Obor could help. There's no way to melee Safe Spot Obor unless you flick. And I don't even know if you can flick Obor properly. Considering I'm not using range. I'll look it up regardless, maybe I'm wrong. Could be pretty convenient. But... I don't know. There was something else I was going to say about Obor. It saves on food. Fair enough. I will look that up later. Hey, honestly, anything that can help me with this fight is going to be good in the long run. Because he's still hit you. Well, that's fair. I don't remember what I was going to say. And we punched another small frog. Ugh, I keep misclicking on them every single time as they hop over the bones. It is what it is. But in theory, if we have a proper max hit and enough accuracy to hit him, we should be good to go with overheads. I've also been working on grinding out runes so I can splash magic all the way up to 49. Which I'm hoping I don't need for Obor, but I might need for Obor. I'm not sure. It's gonna be not great. I'm also working on getting membership on this account. I've been using my main to grind out some extra money. So, in theory, I should be able to, once I get done with Obor and Bryatha, actually start tackling other bosses. I don't know what bosses to go for. I was thinking the rat guy in the sewers would probably be a good one. Because he's a decently low level, he drops rune armor. He also drops the rat pets. And I'm a big fan of rats. So, I mean, might go for that. Be a fun thing to grind. The problem is, I think he actually has, like, multi-phase, and, like, each phase changes to a different damage type. But I don't know if you have to kill him in those phases, or you just have to survive the phases. So if he goes immune during those phases. I've never done the rat boss properly. I did it on my main once with a group of other randoms, and they killed him so fast it didn't really matter. I didn't have to think, I was just like, oh, well, I guess we got the loot. I did not get the pet, which was not a surprise. It'd be insane if I got the pet on, like, first random join in the middle of him half dead. Are you free to play? Yes, I am free to play. I am planning on getting members on this one. This is not my main account, this is one of my side accounts. I actually have 3 accounts, and the third one is another gimmick account, but it's mostly just, like, goofy, I guess. I don't know. It's irrelevant. I'm also trying to grind out stats on my members as well. I managed to get the, I was farming lizards yesterday for like 3 hours. That was not fun. I mean, it wasn't too bad, all things considered. There's certainly worse scenarios to be in, like having to kill 1,000 frogs. But, you know. Bury these bones real quick. Speaking of which, we are currently at 18 frogs. It's not that bad. We're started about 20 minutes ago. I spent 5 minutes dealing with restream. So if I get 20 frogs every 15 minutes... How am I doing math? Again, I cannot do math, as noted by chat. And I appreciate that, chat. Don't look, like, do not get me wrong there. That's 45 frogs an hour, though. Oh, that increases the time by a lot. Either way, I don't know if we're gonna finish this tonight. I doubt we're gonna finish this tonight, considering it's 1,000 frogs. But, I mean, we'll do some clue scrolls, we'll have some fun with it. It is what it is. I was also tempted to, stream Minecraft, because I haven't streamed Minecraft in a little while, but I decided against it. I also have to get a ton of black concrete for finishing the superstructure, so that's an entire thing. I will say, the account, for free-to-play at least, is pretty much where we need it. We can't do ranged, so we don't have to worry about dragon bracers. I already had the dragon bracers, but, I mean, we can't use them. And then, after we finish off magic, we should be good to go with the strength amulet. I mean, technically we could go for power, I think, but it's negligible and also way more of a grind. And I don't want to deal with that. Like, splashing 249 is already going to take a considerable amount of time, and I am underselling how long it'll take. Like, it is going to take forever. But, I mean, gotta do what you gotta do. And honestly, if I get members on this one, I could just go ahead and, you know, there are like world spawn strength amulets and world spawn power amulets, I think. Or enemies that drop them really frequently. So I could just go get one there. And also get a few other upgrades. I don't know. What do y'all think? Like, should I stick with free-to-play to see if it's possible purely, or should I go ahead and actually use the rest of the game's stuff that's available? I guess it really wouldn't matter in the long run, all things considered. It would basically just be saving time for me. I don't know. I could just use the free-to-play equipment and source it. I don't know. Because, I mean, I'm not intending for this to be a free-to-play account forever. At all. Because, I mean, I can't fight the rest of the bosses that way. I want to see how much I can complete this game with, just fists. So, I mean, if I just stopped at Bryatha, it'd be kind of anticlimactic. Speaking of Bryatha, I have no idea how we're going to deal with Bryatha. I mean, I do know. I've done a bit of theory crafting, but it's going to be, well, it's going to be a bit much. Which, I've been trying to actually plan that out properly. I don't want to just rush in and immediately burn through all the keys. Oh no, I have to burn... I just realized, I was going to say burn through the keys. I have to actually grind out giants for the keys as well in the sewers. Because I was doing that for a little while, but I ended up getting the shield, and it was quicker just to do normal giants. Oh, that's going to be slow. To be fair, I could also try wilds instead, but considering I can only punch, I don't know if wilds would be the best idea. Then again, if I get my stats good enough, I guess I could also just wander over and just punch them with an inventory of, like, cheap fish or something. Doesn't really matter if I get PK'd if all I lose is some fish. I guess I gotta walk back, but eh. Alright, I'm gonna check the thing. We are at 28 frogs. I mean, it's 10 frogs, that's progress. Still no clue scrolls. Which I think it's like only a 1 in 64. But yesterday I was getting them back to back to back. Really good luck. Horrific rewards though. Like, I think grand total value for all the things I got yesterday was like 5k over the course of 4 separate scrolls that took me all the way across the map. Which I guess is fine. I can always use the extra money. I misclicked. So, I mean, it's not that bad, all things considered. Extra staffs can be sold for decent money. And then I think I got a few swords and stuff, and those could just be dumped in the general store. I guess I could also hold on to them for, Giant's Foundry when I get members, if I decide to do any of that stuff. Because I will need to get... do I want a cannon? Can I use a cannon? What are the ethical questions of using a cannon on a punch-only account? I don't know. I don't know if you have to use the cannon for anything, or if you just have to get it as a prerequisite for some quests. It might just be a quality of life upgrade for Slayer. I'm not sure. I have one on my main, just don't use it as much. Speaking of members, there would be quite a few upgrades I would need to just immediately go get, because the free-to-play equivalents are nowhere near as good. My mic stopped working there for a second, I think. Working now. Checking OBS. Yes, okay. Sorry about that. I've been having technical problems on the PC. Which, I mean, it is what it is. I can't stress over it. I will say, the PC is working, so I can't complain. Certainly could be going worse. Oh, I am also worried I'm slowly becoming a cryptid within the Runescape community, because I keep having people be like, oh, it's the punch guy, and I'm like, oh no. I'm gonna become Rat Boy living in the sewers punching giants for the next year. I'm kidding, of course. I might not be kidding if I need to get all those keys. I mean, they have the same drop rate as the normal giants, and the moss giants don't have that much more health, so I really can't complain. It's not going to take me that long. It's still going to be quite a few kills to get them, though. Is it 1 in 128, I think? Or is it 1 in 64? I think 64 is the drop rate for wild ones. And technically, I don't gotta go to the sewers. I could go to the Bryatha Island. Or not Bryatha Island, Elvarg Island. The Cove, or whatever it's called. No, that island isn't called the Cove. Because the Cove is its own separate thing. What is that island called? I never considered that. I was like... I mean, I saw it in the quest, but I don't think I cared. I mashed through the text for quests. Not like that, just a lot of them I've done before, or they're really just kind of weird. Which, I mean, I do like how some of them are weird. But a bit of a mess. Because that's part of the charm of this game. I was gonna say, I don't think they have any other drop besides bones and glue scrolls, do they? No. They drop long bones and the other members item, but... Speaking of, I apparently found out there are some people who have went their entire, like, accounts to maxing to 99, fighting exclusively enemies with those tables that have those on the drop table, I should say, and never getting one, and I'm like, oof. There are certainly worse, like, RNG things I can have than not getting a few good clue scrolls. I'd much rather not get a cosmetic on a clue scroll than have to grind for forever to get an actual proper upgrade or anything. Then again, I actually don't know what the curb burns are for. I just assume they're relevant considering the rarity of their drop rate. They might not be worth anything. Speaking of items that aren't worth anything and take too long to get, I was thinking about going for Shaman Mask. I don't know if I want to, though. I mean, I might already have to deal with more ogresses in the future, so it'd be a nice thing to look out for. I don't think I want to do, like, a committed grind, though, because, like, ogresses genuinely take, like, 10 minutes on this account. They're so slow. They can't hit me. I can barely hit them. Like, I can go in with a full inventory of food and take 30 minutes to kill 3 of them. It's a mess. I have no clue why or how this popped up my recommended, but good luck, man. Thank you! I will need all the luck I can get if I'm being completely honest. But here's hoping I don't need too much luck and I just can actually plan this stuff out properly. But then it's a matter of executing it. Which I really hope I don't have to prayer flick or prayer flick Ryatha. I don't know. I mean, I guess it would be good practice as well for the future fights, but still. I was gonna say, if I got members, I could also go ahead and just skip this entire grind by just doing Wild Bones, but at the Chaos Altar. But, I mean, I don't have it at the moment, so we're just gonna do a chill grind. It's really not that bad. Plus clue scrolls. Assuming I get any clue scrolls. Also, for the people who are just joining, yesterday I managed to get a stealth again. Oh, what was that? There was a noise that popped up. Okay. I don't know what that noise was. I've just started using Restream. So I don't know if that was something for... Oh, I followed you. Oh, thank you. Okay, that makes sense. I just swapped to using Restream, so I've never heard any of the sounds for any of it. I probably should have, like, double-checked the configuration on that, but I had to fight with Restream earlier, so I was more like just... Alright, let's be done with it. Let's start streaming. So, yeah. How much is... This heals 2. It only heals 2. Alright. That's fair. Yeah, I think it's the kebabs that do the randomized effects as well. But yeah, thank you for following. Apologies for my scatterbrained nature when it comes to actually thinking for that kind of stuff. I was gonna say, I wonder if Radicus has any upgrades for us as well. I think his name's Radicus. It's something. The sewer rat boss under... What's the name of it? Under... I'm forgetting the name. Varrock. I don't know if he has any upgrades for us. Because I think he drops basically exclusively weapon, like, upgrades because of his equipment. I think he drops a ranged option, a magic option, and a melee option. Because I think he has a whip or something. Rat boss is pay to win, by the way. I'm aware, but I'm talking for in the future. Joe Skepe said, go do TOB. I don't think I can handle that. Wait, what is TOB? Because I might be thinking of something else, because I'm horrific with acronyms. Oh, Theater of Blood. I'm oblivious. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to handle Theater of Blood just yet. Especially not without some more equipment upgrades and, whatchamacallit? Without, overheads. Yeah, maybe tomorrow. I mean, hey, you're more confident than I am at the moment with this. If I could get that by tomorrow. Actually, I actually don't know what the required stats and everything are for Theater of Blood. I think, like, base 70s? I might be, like, over-exaggerating that. Maybe it's easier than I thought it is. I've never properly done it. So, you know. There's a lot in this game that I haven't done, though. To be fair, as an Ironman, I think I'm going to experience a lot more of this I have than on my main. Because there's a lot of it you just skip. Not intentionally, you just get better upgrades and don't bother with certain things, and yada yada yada. Whereas this, it's more puzzle solving. It's like, alright, how do I get the next viable upgrade rather than just immediately buying it? Which I enjoy. I get why it's not for everybody. It is a bit tedious at times. There was a frog underneath me. Couple quests. Yeah, just a few. I know it's in Mauritania, and I know you have to do... God, what all do you have to do for that? I know Restless Ghost, and then I think Priest in Peril, and then that sets up the entire thing for the vampires in the swamp or something? I might be misremembering. I will say, I will have to properly plan that out as well. Actually, Theaters of Blood, isn't that a 4-person thing as well? I think I'd need to find 3 other people to, Can you do solo Theater of Blood? Be able to. I don't know. Again, I need to look into these things. Something tells me it's a long way away. Regardless. Yeah. I will need to look up as well all the possible bosses and filter out certain ones, just because I know some of them are purely, like, there's no way to defeat them with melee. And hopefully they don't have any drops that are going to be useful, because that would be an issue. Which, I don't know. I also don't know all the mechanics of this game. Somebody was suggesting using poison dynamite and a few other things. Like 5 people can. Oh, fair enough. Okay, so I'd probably need to find a few more people who are punch only. I don't think anyone... Actually, I do know there was somebody else who beat Elvarg with the boxing gloves. So there's at least one other person who's done fist only. What's the end game here? You think you can do Fire Cape? I mean, with enough practice, I mean, there was somebody who beat... who got Fire Cape completely damageless. Like, they were on the 1 HP account. The guy who did the Tile Man series. So, it's possible with enough skill. I don't know if I have that amount of skill. But I don't know. Fire Cape would be a good goal. Good starting goal, at least. My goal is basically how many bosses can I kill, how many things can I complete in this. I guess that's not as catchy, though, so yeah, Fire Cape, why not? I will say, I do not have a Fire Cape on my main, so if I get a Fire Cape on this account before I have to get one on my main, like, I don't know. I think it'd be pretty funny, though, to be fair. I'm trying to think, is there anything we need from... Oh! If we can get Obor done, though, we can get the shield upgrade. That'll be helpful. I was sitting and thinking, do Obor and them drop anything that's actually going to be meaningful for us? Which, again, if we get members, I guess we don't need any of that. Because we can just get them elsewhere. Go get your Fire Cape lol. I will try. Is it a completely insane goal? Probably. Honestly, most of the members' bosses Log on to your main right and try right now. No. I've committed to this grind, and I'm going to deal with this grind at the moment. Ugh. I do need to do Firecape on my main. I'm definitely not just putting off doing Firecape on my main as well. To be fair, I don't think I have the stats for Firecape on my main. Like, I'm early 70s, I think. I need to check. Not right now, obviously. I need to just do frogs right now. Speaking of frogs, we are currently at 60 giant frogs. We are a 20th of the way there, out of 1,000. Which again, might not do all 1,000 tonight. Might just do a few hours and then do some off-screen and then so on and so forth. Speaking of off-screen, I have to do splashing for hours. It is going to be so tedious. Which is, it's fine. I can, friend will buy you one if you complete Firecape. I mean, hey, I'd take it. There was something I was going to say. You're kicking, that's not fist. Yes, unfortunately, I'm aware. I should have named my character a little better. When I came up with the name for the account, I was like, oh, I only punch. Great name, yada yada yada. And every single person has been like, hey, you're kicking. And I'm like, I know, I should have came up with a more clever name. This is fist only, aka weaponless. I will never equip a weapon to do damage. I will use equipped weapons for, like, various shenanigans, like fairy rings eventually. I've been using them to splash magic, because you need it to cast, go kick Jad. I'm gonna kick him into the sun. I'm kidding, of course. We have to do so much training. Gotta commit to the bit, no splashing either, GG. Oh god, I actually looked up, I considered, I was like, you know what, I could technically cut, I think it's Curse is the first spell I can use? No, it's Confuse. I could technically use Confuse on something, which I still think I need a staff to do that. Why? Why not? But it would genuinely take so long. Like, it would turn a grind that's already gonna be 20 plus hours for splashing, I think it was. I might be wrong on that number for splashing, to all the way to, like, I don't remember the number off the top of my head. It would be way too long. Plus, I already have to use, for, God, what's the name of the fight? Demon Slayer. To finish Demon Slayer, I will have to go to members, get a Ring of Recoil, and then get the boss down to 0 HP, equip the weapon while having the ring equipped, and my person will not attack, but the boss will still die, because it has to be registered that I'm holding the weapon when the boss takes the final hit. I don't have to deal the final hit, so I'm not hitting it with the weapon, but I will have to have it equipped. I'm going to try to complete all the quests I can. So I've been theory crafting on how to deal with some of this nonsense. Ugh. There's too many of these quests where it's like, this was built on really jank code. Because killing the demon's not the issue. Like, he's free, basically. It's just registering the end of the quest. Oh. I'm not looking forward to splashing. I will say, at least it's something I can do in the background. Like, I can just set it up and do other stuff. So it's not that bad. But, you know. Trying to think of something else. Oh, rings! If we do members, we can totally get some rings. That'll be nice. Some actual viable upgrades. I'm trying to think of what's the earliest ring we can get that does a max hit or something. I don't know off the top of my head. My brain is fried from punching frogs, and we're only an hour into it. Only 40 minutes, honestly. I'm exaggerating. I will say, training punch only has been a bit tedious. Which, I mean, honestly, it's not that much worse than with a skim. Considering we're an Ironman, we'd have to grind out 93 smithing, I think it is, in order to get a scimitar. I don't know, off the top of my head. Anyway, so, you know, That's something. Like, we're already best in slot weapon right now. For the lifetime of the account, actually, now that I just considered it. But it's not too bad. And honestly, I was gonna say with members, I might be better. Actually, sand crabs, because we're already doing crush damage. And the tick per second's the same as skins, so would be a bad training method. I wonder if sand crabs drop anything useful though. I don't know. I don't remember off the top of my head. Ooh. Oh, unrelated, I also got the Skull Scepter. I had to fight the red skeleton guys. I don't remember what their name is. It starts with an A. I had to fight those for, I think it was the better part of 3 hours before I got the skull drop. But I have a skull staff now, so I can warp back and forth to Barbarian Village pretty easily. Which I guess I could also use the boat. I don't remember what it's called. The canoe system to get there pretty quickly, but it's always nice to have teleport upgrades. I also need to get a decent cash stack so I can stock up the Chronicle with a bunch of charges. Because I think I have like 1 charge left in it because I forgot to charge it while I was doing clue steps. Oh, while I was down there though, there was somebody, they were a 1 defense account, full mage gear, proper magic setup, sitting behind one of the gates, helping what I thought was like maybe a friend or something, you know, deal with the skeletons. Or not skeletons, I guess they are skeletons. The red guys, the flesh monsters, with the skeleton inside. He was the reverse of a 1 defense account. He was only defense. No attack, no strength, no magic, no ranged. Only defense. He had other stats too, like in everything else. I have no idea why he was doing it. I wish him best of luck. I am in no place to judge either for people doing weird stuff with accounts on RuneScape. Or any game, to be fair. I've done a bunch of weird challenge runs, if I'm being honest. Speaking of, if I can get a graphics card upgrade, I think I'm going to try weaponless, or completely inventoryless 7 days again. I think that'd be fun. That's assuming the updates haven't drastically changed how the entire game functions again. Because that happens on occasion. They do major changes, and then they just kind of annoy most of the community. I will say, I like some of the changes. Like, they did some vehicle changes which were neat, and like, they've done graphical upgrades, and it's cool. And then they changed water, and I was like, why? They were like, well, because people get too much water. And then I had more water than you'd ever need, a full tier 6 set of like tools and equipment, and all the vehicles within 30 days. They were like, when that update came out, they were like, it's going to take long-term players until day 70, and I did it in 30. So I was just like, alright, I don't know what their long-term goal is for that. Again, I love the game, and I'll probably keep playing it at some point, but it is a bit frustrating. They just need to really focus, sit down and focus on in-game content, I think. Like, I get trying to extend the mid-game and all that kind of stuff, but like, I don't know. Unless you give players a reason to keep playing, you're just going to be chasing your tail, essentially. We are currently at, how many frogs? 80 frogs. Oh, this is too many frogs. This is a countless number of frogs. Definitely not completely countable, definitely not just 1,000 frogs. I want to over-exaggerate. Also, we went dry on clue scrolls, I just realized. We're 80 frogs in, and we have not gotten a clue scroll. Let me check real quick. Yeah, no. I was gonna say, we just purely went dry. I was like, maybe I have one in my bank, but no. We just purely went dry on blue scrolls. That's so obnoxious, considering yesterday I was drowning in blue scrolls. Like, every time I turned around, I had a blue scroll. I don't know. It is what it is. Honestly, I'd prefer just to get the grind done and not have to chase down a countless number of blue scrolls. Considering if the drop rate is correct, that's 1 in 64, that means we'd be doing 2 scrolls every set of 100, basically. That'd be a bit above rate, but still, that'd be the better part of 16 of them throughout the entire grind. Nice way to break up the monotony, I suppose. Speaking of which, people on Reddit have been very, like, vocal about repolling the blue scroll stacking, which a lot of people are against, and a lot of people are like, why are we against this? Which I'm in that camp. I don't remember why people are real upset about stacking blue scrolls, because honestly, if I'm in the middle of something and I get a blue scroll, most of the time I'm just like, just let me save it till later. I don't want to look at it. I want to just leave it be. And then deal with it whenever I actually have my warps and I don't have to de-equip my armor and drop my food and all that stuff. Yada yada yada, you know. Ugh. I also just realized, I don't know if the second... there's Fire Cape and there's Inferno Cape. I don't know if Inferno Cape's even possible for this account. So I don't remember if you need range for sure on that boss. I think you do, actually. I might be wrong, though. Again, I've never done Inferno. I've just seen people do Inferno, so, you know. I guess, at worst, we can theorycraft it and figure it out at some point. Which, I mean, we're gonna need a lot of upgrades before we even start on that. Which, I mean, there are people who do full one defense accounts and do a ton of that kind of stuff, so in theory it might be possible. I actually don't know what all one defense accounts can do. I don't know if it's just purely for PVM, or not PVM, PvP, or just PVM, or mix, or... I don't know. But we are very close to the first 100 frogs, which is great. We've almost got a full strength level, too. Yeah, we're just about to get the strength level. Let's see if this gives us a max hit. It did not. But, you know what? It helps with the calculation. I can't complain. And it gets us one step closer to another max hit. Which we are going to need. I did the math on it, and by I did the math I mean I plugged it into a calculator. Possible max hit on this account is, I think, 11 to 16, depending on whether or not you use the final spell. I went to the skills tab. What am I doing? Oh god, I forget what the name of it is. What am I saying? It's not a spell, it's a prayer. Piety, that's it. You can technically hit up to 16 with a perfect setup on free-to-play. Without a weapon. However, it requires a very specific setup, so probably not going to hit it very often. And with members, I think it was 26-ish or something like that. Not bad damage. I mean, I don't know how viable it is going to be for some bosses, but, like, not completely unrespectable damage. I don't know. Again, we'll have to wait and see whether or not it's going to be viable for certain bosses and other things like that. And, I mean, even if our damage isn't great, we can also do other workarounds, and there's a lot of items in this game that do a lot of different effects, and some of them probably have slipped through the cracks and will allow us to actually survive a bit longer. In theory, I don't know. Which, I mean, we'll find it out then, you know. No use stressing over bosses with 1500 HP at this exact moment. I definitely should have got a cup of water before I started the stream. Eh, that's what it is. Alright, I think that puts us just, yeah, 7 away from hitting 100. Which, I mean, we're making progress. Eventually we're gonna get there. Oh. There it is. Yeah, we need 200 more XP for the next prayer level. Actually, what do we need for missiles? Actually, I don't know. I was gonna say, I wonder if Riot that would actually be a viable boss before Obor on this account. Because normally you'd never go that way. You know what I mean? But considering, it might be the more possible option. That's an insane sentence. I don't know if that's correct or not. Because we have Protect from Magic. She doesn't have any ranged, and we're not going to be praying through the melee anyway. We're just going to be tanking melee. In theory. I don't know. I need to look up a guide for her. I also need to farm keys, so I guess I don't really have to worry about that at the moment. But yeah. If she's more viable than Obor, because Obor is going to be pure damage, whereas she's going to be actually dealing with the minions and dealing with her healing. And if we can get magic splashed all the way out, and then get, what was the name of it? One of the other goals I had set up. She might be possible before Obor. Again, I don't even know if we need to, though. Considering, like, I don't know what the drop table for her is besides the Bryatha's Essence, which is like the main thing people do for that fight. Also, I have no idea if that's going to be useful for us, because I think you use it for a staff and that's it. And it allows you to cast, like, something automatically? I don't remember. It's one of the best staffs in free-to-play, though. If you can still make it in free-to-play. They might have changed that. I don't have a spreadsheet in front of me. I need to set up a spreadsheet as well. For the bosses, like, how much DPS I'll need, all that stuff. Damage per tick, actually, I guess? I don't know. I guess damage per turn. I don't know. It's irrelevant. I need to set up the info so I actually have it in one place. Because something tells me just going like, ah, fuck it, we ball, is not going to go very well whenever the boss is hit for 20s. Like, we are going to need a proper plan for a lot of these. Which, I mean, I can always scout on my main and actually do that kind of stuff properly as well. So that shouldn't be too bad, but I don't know. And that, I think, just puts us... No, we need 2 more to be pushed over to 100. Alright, and this is the last frog, and we'll hit 100. And then I get to pretend to be really hyped for a minute. Because... Yeah, give me a second. I was hoping I'd, like, defeat it in the next few punches, and then be done with it. You know what? I guess we want to do punch at the moment anyway, because I have to do the strength training later as well. So we'll swap over to attack accuracy. Oh, but that put us at 100 frogs. It is time for hype, if I can remember which key is hype. Yeah, there we go. See? Look how hype I am. We just hit 100 frogs. Yeah, we still have 1,000 to go. I mean, 900 to go. Which 900's not the worst. It's not 2,000 frogs. I mean, it certainly could be worse. But yeah. 100 down, 900 more to go. I'm not going to be doing all these on one stream. I will say, we've gotten basically 100 done within the hour. That's not terrible. I mean, it is pretty bad, but it's not the absolute worst. That's about on the current rate that I expected us to be. Like, we almost got the next prayer level anyway, so that'll be high. Speaking of which, how much do we need for range? Level 40. Yeah, that's something. I mean, actually, we could try Obor with that, because I was going to say we need Protect for melee, but if we tank the melee using that one strat, we might... That's the problem, is that I don't know how long we're viably going to be able to tank it. Because we don't need a high enough DPS. Like, we're going to need to make this an extended fight, probably. Unless we get exceptionally lucky on the hits. I don't know. I was gonna say, Obor might be closer than I think. But then again, we also might want to finish splashing magic and get the strength amulet, just so we have a guaranteed max hit. I don't know. I'll do some theory crafting around it off stream and figure that out. Right. And we are, I think, 1 or 2 frogs away from having the next prayer level. Because I gotta admit, if we can do this without having to punch 1,000 frogs, or if we can deal with Obor without having to punch 1,000 frogs, great. Because Obor also does drop the rune shield, which is best in slot, which would be great. I mean, I did take a little while getting my mithril, but like I'm not stressed over having a proper upgrade, because I think that would also be rather helpful for Bryatha. I don't remember what's the best for Bryatha, actually. I don't know. But then again, I guess a lot of people also don't suggest melee Bryatha without a high enough DPS. I don't know. It is what it is. We'll see. Oh, I'm not looking forward to farming Moss Giants as well. I will say, they give good rune drops, so that's going to help with splash training, and they give a few other... I don't remember what else they give, actually. Is there any good reason to... Oh, there we go, 40 fair. I am very hyped about that. I know I don't sound hyped, it's because I'm vaguely tired, but I am very hyped about that. I was gonna say, we could totally try Obor. I don't think we'd get anywhere. I think we would probably get shredded, but it is technically possible to try and then immediately die. I know the last time we went in there, we immediately got hit for 2 +20s and immediately had to flee, so... But that's because we were at range and did not have prey against range. I'm also trying to think, is there any... I don't think there's any way for us to get any of the plus prayer equipment. I think that's purely members. Oh, there's a person here. They stole our frog. I am so offended. I'm calling Mr. Jagex on the phone right now. He hung up on me. It's irrelevant. No. But, I mean, it's his free country, so... He has the Jester Cape, actually. And my Kofi bot went off. I have a Kofi. I need to check in on it more regularly. I need to set those up. This area was so nice and quiet. That is what it is. Honestly, I don't kill them fast enough for it really to be that big of a deal. I can just bounce back off of these two and have basically the same rate of prayer. So, you know. Something I was going to say about Obor, and I don't remember what it was. Oh, I need to look up his drop table as well and see what else he has a chance to drop. Because the club's useless to us. It's a good bit of pocket change for my main, I guess, if I drop it to that. But, like, otherwise, it does nothing. It'll look nice in the bank, I suppose. What else? He drops the shield. Honestly, I should look those up and figure out the drop rates and see if we ever want to go for them. You know, I just said we don't kill them fast enough for it to matter, and I just did. Eh. Sorry about that, I have indigestion. I went to a Mexican restaurant today, it was very nice. Get to chill, hang out with some family. Update on stuff that's been going on. The usual. It was nice though. But enough about that. Back to these frogs. Speaking of, we are about 110? 114! Again, not bad, like, frog per minute. I'm gonna keep, like, coming up with new terms for how many frogs I'm punching, and I'm slowly gonna go insane by the end of the night. Ugh. Again, oh, come on. Grab the thing. I am joking. It's not as bad as I'm making it sound. It is a bit of a grind, but, I mean, that's RuneScape. Like, that's kind of why I'm here. I went to Subway and started complaining they're giving me Subway sandwiches. It's like, yeah. Why you're here. Can't exactly complain. It's like, I'm here for the grind. I will say, very strange how dry we went on clue scrolls, though. Maybe I do have one in the bank. I don't think I banked a clue scroll, though. Maybe I did. I guess we could check. Might be worth it. It's not that far of a walk. Because we are currently almost 2 times drop rate for a clue scroll. So yeah, I think we'll check after this frog. So grab these bones. Go ahead and walk over here. I'm trying to remember what the max health on Bryeth's summons are as well. I think it's 18. I might be wrong though, it might be 10. Which, assuming we get max hits, even if we had a 7 max hit, that means we still would need more than 2 hits to kill them. Assuming we're getting perfect hits each time. So that would be a problem. If they only have 10, then that's still 2 max hits, but a more manageable 2 hits. I don't know. Again, I can just look this stuff up later. I'm not stressing about it that bad. But I also like to talk through it in my head and try to figure out what I need to do to actually, like, get this stuff set up proper. Oh, it's a league sport. I don't know if I can do anything with leagues. I think leagues are members only. I guess I could on my main. Hopefully that looks like a normal dude. Oh, that's the graceful set, I think. Alright. Do we have blue? No. Wow, we've really just went that dry on clue scrolls. Also, apologies about the quality of my bank. I really need to sort it, but currently it is a disaster. I can't say anything. My setup in Minecraft is just the same. I actually started working on a rather nice storage area built beneath the bedrock floor. So that's gonna be fun. I still have to get some of the decorative elements for it, but, you know, I think it looks pretty nice. I even managed to set up an infinity hall for it, which is cool. I'm not doing anything fancy with the storage, it's literally just like a few chests on a wall kind of thing. I considered doing a auto sorter. I was like, do I need an auto sorter, honestly? I guess technically I had left enough space that if I want to put an auto sorter in, I still have the space to do that. I was going to say the turns might make it a little difficult, but no, I suppose it wouldn't be that bad, actually. I should have done Minecraft tonight. I've been meaning to play more of it, but I just haven't been. Oh, that's right, this other dude was there. Is he still there? Yeah, he's still there. Yeah, so we have just went very dry on clue scrolls at the moment. I guess I'm fine with that, because I said earlier in the stream I'm fine with not having that many clue scrolls over just getting pure prayer XP. Like, to stop every 30 seconds for, you know, a couple thousand gold at best is kind of eh. Which, I say at best, I'm over-exaggerating. Like, I got mole slippers, so, like, that's a full million for my main and all that. Nothing for the Ironman, but, you know, it's a cool thing to have. It's a nice fashion statement, if nothing else, you know? But, considering the drop rate for them, most of the time I'm just going to be getting whatever. Actually, I'm thinking, is there anything we need from these scrolls at the moment? I don't think there is. I think we're fully geared to the point where we don't need any of the black metal armor or weapons. Well, we did need the weapons to begin with. I suppose we could get a better axe. Yeah, I guess we could do that. Then again, I think we're also almost to the point of smithing where we can do mithril. Because we can mine mithril, and I think we're kind of close to it. So honestly, we could just do that and get a better axe. I actually don't know if we need an axe for anything, honestly. Because we have the steel one, and it works well enough. I also will say I am very happy with this cape. It does kind of look like I just stole the curtain off of somebody's, like, window in one of these castles or something, but, I mean, it's nice. It's fun, compared to the existing ones. I was also tempted to swap to the, Ruin Cape that I got, but I realized it's purely decorative and has no stat benefit, and I'm just like, oh, I went through all of that insanity for, nothing. I also found out, this is super embarrassing, so don't tell anybody, that stream I did last time where I punched way too many wizards, I already had one of the talismans. It was not in the right spot. It was in my main inventory and not in my magic tab, and I genuinely could have just took it from there and been done with one of the grinds. I think it was the lesser grind, to be fair, so it's not that bad all things considered, but, like, still very frustrating how it's like, oh, if I just double-checked. But I was streaming and wasn't paying attention, and I had streamer brain at the time, so, I mean, you know, it is what it is. This should put us at 120? 123? Actually, we're above the number I thought we were at. A fourth of the way to the next goal, I suppose. Count that as a win. I will say, I wonder if even with their, lesser, like, less damage, if it'd still be better to do giants, considering we need the keys anyway. Because, I mean, if it's already a 10-hour grind, what's 12 hours kind of thing? I don't know. But then again, I don't know DPS over their attack, you know what I mean? I don't know if it'd actually be that viable. I don't know. This challenge has made me ask a lot of questions about this game that I didn't really think I'd be asking. And yet, here we are. Punching frogs. I will say, I'm very interested to do the math on it whenever I'm done streaming, though, and figure out whether or not O-War would even be viable with the Protect from whatchamacallit and just purely tanking it. Because if it's possible, we might give it a try next stream. Honestly, I might go ahead and farm some Moss Giant keys as well, and then see what all we need left for Bryatha. Because we have Protect Against Magic. We need to figure out if we need Protect Against Melee. Because if we don't, and we can get the stat requirements for having it where she whiffs most of hers. Because we have most of the gear. I'm trying to think, is there anything else we need? Because I think I have basically one of every robe. I also have the trimmed prayer robe, which I don't think we'll need it. It might not be a bad option. No, I think the magic defense from black robes or blue robes would probably still be better. Which, I'm not looking at it right now, so I don't know. So don't quote me on it, but, you know. And then the main focus would be whether or not our DPS would be enough. So I'm trying to remember how much she heals, like, because she heals a considerable amount pretty quickly, all things considered. And it's because she's running off spaghetti code, I think it was, is how someone described it. She has the old regen compared to the new regen. And I think Obor is slightly different. Again, I might be wrong. They might have changed this stuff. They might have updated. I'm going off of, like, a few years of memory with this kind of stuff. Because on my main, I played free-to-play all the way up to Obor before I got membership. I actually beat Obor and Bryatha, and then I went ahead and jumped into members and started doing that content. I will say, I don't think it's a bad way to play either. Like, there are people who just only exclusively play free-to-play forever. And I mean, hey, if you're having fun with it, why not? I forget what my original point was out of that conversation. It is what it is. But yeah, we have to have the DPS to be able to handle her healing, and then her minions healing. So it's not just about surviving. Because we can survive, in theory, with the gear we have. Not at the moment, obviously. The gear I have in the bank. And I'm trying to think, how much damage do we need to inflict? I don't know. I'm pretty sure that someone else has made like a decent flowchart for this kind of, not flowchart, spreadsheet for this stuff. I said flowchart. Oh my god. I've not used a flowchart since high school, I think. I was gonna say, we'll have to carry in an axe. You know, now that I think about it, do the better axes affect how fast you can prune the summons? I don't know. I also have to, whenever I go into that fight, set my I have to modify the click value to use so that I don't equip it immediately and just blat Bryatha for a massive amount of damage, considering I will have decent melee stats. And this does offer melee bonuses. Especially if I have one of the upgraded axes. Because I don't think it'd be that bad to fight her with an axe if you had the proper stats, or more than the proper stats. And something tells me we will probably have to push it to more than the proper stats. I don't know, though. I wonder what the minimum stats somebody's done Bryatha on is. But I can look that up, actually. Not right now, mind you, but... Then again, I think if I'm going to be looking that stuff up, it's probably going to be people using fully membered gear, doing, like, skillers or stuff like that, where it's, like, using really insane setups. Which, perfectly valid way as well. I'm not dissing it. This bow guy is just shredding through these frogs. Speaking of, oh. You... Okay, I have to finish punching this frog and then we'll see what this guy wants. Dang it. I'm aware, dude. I gotta finish punching this frog. Come on, one more punch. No, 2 more punches. I'm aware. I guess 3 more punches. Okay. What do you want? That's a spade. Alright, he gave me a present. Are you kidding? Another spinach roll? Wow. We've gotten no clue scrolls, and we've managed to get a spinach roll for 2 separate random events. We got it for Old Man, and we got it for that guy. That's very random. Like, I don't know what the RNG is on this account, but you know what? It's good RNG. I'll say that. I'd much rather go drawing clue scrolls, and I'd much rather just keep getting weird stuff for my rewards than have to have fought 100+ ogresses for this helmet. Speaking of which, this helmet, I'm so happy I got it early. It has saved so much time and effort. Oh. Same with the shield. I think we only went 30 ogresses for the shield as well. So, like, all things considered, rather decent luck. Like, I am very happy we've managed to get this much done with this little stuff. Or with this little delay. Because I've only had this account open for, I think, a week. Oh, it's Second Ranger. I thought they were the same. Did they? Oh no, he has a whatchamacallit. I saw the yellow on the trim of his cape and thought he was the whatchamacallit dude. I guess that's the problem on free-to-play is a lot of people look the same when wearing, like, the optimum gear. Which is why I'm so happy about my cape. Because it is aesthetic and there's not a lot of other people running around with it. Then again, considering I didn't even know Crack the Clue existed until, like, somebody mentioned it in one of the chats, like, I'm not surprised there are not a ton of people running around with it. There's actually been a bunch of people running around with Crack the Clue 3, but not 2. I don't know why. I have a feeling, like, as time goes on, it'll get more, like, known about, I guess, to, like, the casual people who are playing this game. And it'll just steadily spread throughout the communities more. Because, I mean, it's a cool quest. Like, all of my complaining last stream, it wasn't that bad. It was pretty decent, all things considered. As a, like, ARG Easter egg type content. I just remembered I have food sitting in the fridge left over from whenever I went to that restaurant. I want to eat something later. I don't know what I want to eat, though. I might make some rice with it as well. I don't know. Irrelevant at the moment. We are currently at 142 frogs. I might stop at 200 for tonight. I wasn't wanting to do a massively long string, if I'm being honest, either. Especially for frogs. Because I was hoping we'd get more clue scrolls and just kind of, you know, bounce back and forth. But, like, we've not got any clue scrolls. Which I am mildly happy about for the XP rates, but, like, I don't know. Actually, I'd also try clue juggling, but eh. Apparently in 3 they don't even have clue juggling. They just have stackable clues. They just act as a sealed item until you use them. And then when you unseal them, you can't use them. Yep, we are almost to 150. Which is nice. Oh, I need to set up the sound alerts for comments as well. I also have the boxing gloves and stuff as well. This is kind of random. Boxing gloves offer literally no benefit. And some people have been like, well, why not use the boxing gloves so they don't offer any benefit? And there's 2 reasons. One, shield. That's the main reason. That's the entire reason. Second off, I do like the idea of, like, there just being nothing in the slot whatsoever. But I guess that's not going to be 100% viable for everything. Especially for, like, Demon Slayer and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. So, I mean, it is what it is. There's what's his face again. Hans. He is a clue scroll step. And he is always inconvenient when I get him. Because he's always... I don't know. I will say, I've gotten him, like, once while I'm already in the area and already did the last step in the area. But it feels like he pops up a lot randomly while I'm doing secondary stuff. I have to walk all the way back, or canoe back, or... I don't know. I'm really over-exaggerating how inconvenienced I am, because I've run out of stuff to talk about, if I'm being honest. Been talking non-stop. This guy got my frog. I'm so offended. I'm so mad. This is my mad tone. I'm definitely actually mad and not just being overly dramatic for comedic effect. Another frog. Yeah, I think we have a delay of 1 second before another frog spawns at our current DPS. So all things considered, not terrible. What's our stats at? 50. I don't remember how much defense we need for guaranteed max hits on some of these kind of things. He stole my frog. Again, I'm really over-exaggerating how annoyed I am. I can't complain. You gotta get your SP how you can. And relatively speaking, this is a pretty quiet world. Certainly could be worse. There could be, you know, the worlds where there's like 8 people at frogs. Everyone's on a single frog. 301 stays with people on every single frog. And basically every other viable thing. I don't know. I don't see why you'd play on 301, honestly, if you want any kind of decent XP rate for stuff. But then again, if you're playing with friends and you're chatting or you're new or stuff like that. But then again, I don't think you're staying on frogs for hours at a time if you're new. I don't know. I'm relatively new. My main has some accomplishments, but not much, all things considered. Which I think is nice. It's going into the game basically blind. So I think I'll be nicely surprised when I deal with some of the bosses. Or I'll be like, oh god, why'd they design it that way? Because I am a bit of a stickler for stuff at times. I don't know. Game design brain gets started and I'm just like, ah. If there's one thing I love, it's to complain about video games. See, I'm a game designer and a gamer. That means I hate video games twice as much as the normal person. I'm kidding, of course. I love video games. I saw a really good meme though, and it was the two cakes meme, and it was gamer and then game developer, and someone had edited it to be that joke I just made, which is pretty good. I don't know. I will say, games in general, it is very healthy in those kind of communities to have like actual criticism and not just pure praise. As a developer, I like praise. It's great. But it is helpful to have those moments where it's like, alright, but what could be improved? What, you know, what weaknesses does it have? How can you better accomplish said goals? What was your favorite part of this? What was your least favorite part of it? You know, that kind of thing. But I don't know. We are currently at 155 giant frogs. We're halfway there. We are not halfway there. We are halfway to the end of this stream, I should say. Out of the 100 we have to do. You know what? I will say, for 2 hours, 200 frogs is not bad, considering we can't equip a weapon. And I exaggerate. Once we get the next max hit, and as we increase accuracy, we should fly through these frogs. Or I should say, I will fly through these frogs off stream while I train my main, because this is a bit tedious. But it's been nice. It's nice to just sit and chat and update what's been going on with this kind of stuff. I need to start like actually editing these VODs together and just update account progression and all that. Which I guess I could just do a video over that, actually. Where I'm at on the account, all that kind of stuff. I honestly should have been doing that earlier on, before I defeated Dragon Slayer 1. Or completed Dragon Slayer 1, but, I mean, it is what it is. I can smell food at the moment, and I am, like, craving food now. Ooh. Somebody reheated something nearby, and I'm like, I have those leftovers in the fridge. I could totally go grab them. I don't know. It is what it is. And that puts us at 60-ish? 159. So then we just need 50 more. Or no, 40 more. What am I saying? Ooh. There was something else I was gonna say, and I don't remember what it was. frog down. Grab another bone. Get on the next frog. I should not phrase it like that. I apologize. Why'd I say it like that? I'm slowly developing frog madness from punching frogs for the last hour and a half. You know what? If I can't handle these grinds, how am I gonna handle grinding out, well, any amount of strength XP? Which, I mean, generally, what I've been doing for the XP and stuff is doing a lot of it off-stream, where I'm just focusing on something else or working on something in the background, and, you know, the usual stuff, which I think is a good way to play this game. Or it's not a bad way to play this game, I should say. It's good to be able to just kind of say, alright, I'll get to it when I get to it. I know a lot of people are, like, very intense on, like, no waste XP, and, like, XP per hour and all that kind of stuff. Speaking of which, I went to join a clan, Ironman, yada yada yada, and they were like, well, what's your XP per hour? And they were like, you know, you gotta use this calculator, da 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 da. And I'm just sitting there like, I can only punch things, y'all. Like, my XP per hour is not gonna be where y'all want it at for this kind of stuff. And I don't think it's too absurd for me to be like, you kind of should have assumed that I can only... Like, my XP per hour... Actually, what is my XP per hour? That's 14,000. It's not bad. We're getting more combat than we are... What you call it? But, I mean, it's not terrible. And we're getting most of that through attack and... attack, health, and, prayer. I can't speak today. Which is not a surprise, considering all I've said so far. I don't know. Let's grab these. Go after the next frog. I think we're at 65-ish. I guess I could just keep the, not XP tracker. I mean, we could technically keep the XP tracker up to see how much we need per... Like, how many bones we need. We need 206 bones for next level. And that doubles each time, so... It doesn't double literally, but yeah. We were at 165, by the way. Oh, my bones hurt. It's because I did not stretch. Last stream, I said I should have stretched before I streamed, and I didn't. Because I don't listen to my own advice. I will say, I'm glad we're at least to the point where we are taking no damage from these frogs. We are fully out healing them. So that means we do not need to collect anything, we can just... Or we do not need to carry fish, we can just do bones. Which is convenient, because especially if I'm fully AFK, and doing stuff on the other screen, I can just click over, grab the bones, and then worry about using them in a bit. I don't know. Let's grab this bone real quick before the sniper runs over and gets the frog. I call them a sniper, they're a ranger, I guess. Archer? I suppose ranger is the correct word there. I don't know. It is what it is. I also considered just activating members early just so I could finish off prayers. But, again, I need to get the rest of it set up for my main, if I'm being honest. And I do love the idea of, like, completing the first 3 free-to-play, then doing the members content. Like, the standard progression, you know what I mean? But in a really insane way. Kofi Bite went off again. I need to set up the frequency for him. I think it's every 30 minutes. Seems a bit spammy. I don't know. But then again, I don't know how often normal people have these kind of things set up for streams. Grab the bones. I think these people are just doing pure ranged XP and not collecting bones, which if that's the case, why not? I guess they have low defenses. I was gonna say there are higher health targets they could go for. But if you don't need any other, like, items or any of that kind of stuff, I guess frogs are pretty chill. I don't know. Oh, Oh, and leagues started today. I gotta look into leagues. I don't know if I want to do leagues, because I have members at the moment, so I could. Definitely not on here, but, you know. I gotta admit, it'd be very funny to join leagues as punch only, though. Maybe not this one, maybe next one. I wonder how often they do them. I think it's once a year, but I might be wrong. I don't know. That should put us at 172. I'm slightly off count. But I don't know what you do in leagues. I know there's cosmetic upgrades and stuff like that, but I don't know if there's any reason to do leagues besides just bragging rights. Which I guess, like, that's the definition of this account, is just to say, oh yeah, I punched everything. I don't know. Which I guess is more about the journey than the destination. Which is kind of like, whenever the Fire Cape got mentioned earlier, it's like, yeah, Fire Cape is going to be something I'm wanting to go for, because I want that upgrade. It's going to be good damage, but it's like, do I need, like, I don't know. Does it matter long term? I don't know. I actually don't know what capes are beyond that. I know Inferno Cape for sure, but I think there's a few other capes that are just, like, better. Which I might be wrong. Maybe Fire Cape and Inferno Cape are, like... Oh god, what is best in Slapper Cape? I think I looked this up at one point. I think I'd seen it, because I had it for the calculator for Max Head. I don't remember what it was. It was probably Inferno Cape. Speaking of which, I need to look up Inferno Cape and figure out what all the requirements are for it. I'm going stir crazy staring at these frogs. We're halfway through this final batch, though. So, I mean, it is what it is. And then I might look up Obor and then do, for the next stream, maybe just a Minecraft. Do a chill stream. More chill than this. And then worry about it there. Maybe not. I don't know. I also might stream some more tonight after I eat. I should have ate beforehand, but I didn't think about it. And I was like, oh, it's fine. And now I'm sitting here like, I should have ate beforehand. Like, as much as I joke with the I'm getting bored with frogs, I'm actually just kind of starving. Ooh, I was trying to think of something with the rat boss as well. Because I know he drops the spine, which is combinable with other upgrades. Or combinable to make upgrades with other weapons. I don't remember if there's a shield you can do for him. Although, then again, I think the upgrades you can make are literally just ones that help with the fight. Which I guess would be fine, considering we might want to farm him for just pure GP for alking, or like, if we want the rat boss pet. Because there's 3 separate variants, if I remember correctly. Maybe there's just the one. I think there are 3 separate ones. Or maybe it's one, then it's got like a typing thing where you can change it, like with the golems, where you can feed it a mat in order to change the color. I will say, I don't know what pet I'd want on here. If I'd want a pet at all, honestly. Because I know they're a bit of a pain to, if you die, you gotta pay a full mil to get them back. Which, I mean, honestly, we'd probably, if we got a pet, just focus construction for a little while and get a house set up so I could store them there. Because, I mean, they are aesthetic, but it's like, if I'm going in for an actual boss attempt, I don't want to bring a pet with me. That's just a terrible idea. 180 frogs. Only 20 more to go. God, it's already been an hour and a half. Yeah, so if it's... That's about on point for the estimated. That also means I have 8 hours of frog grinding ahead of me. I will say, technically, I can also do, oh god, it's the Under Ice Mountain quest place, the ruins, and that prayer XP method is, like, slower, but it's much more AFKable. Like this, you don't gotta click on the bones, even you just click on the things every so often. I actually don't know if it's that less AFK. I don't know, I guess if I'm already doing other stuff on screen, it might be better. Less intensity, and I mean, if anyone runs up and starts punching the stuff I'm punching, like, that's wasted time compared to... I don't know. I've completely brain fried from these frogs. So, yeah. I'm just gonna call it here and do my outro while I'm punching. We're about 200 out of the 1,000, so that means only about 800 more to go. I might also do some giants as well. Oh, I was sitting and thinking, I was talking earlier about the trying hill giant, or moss giants, you know, for XP as well, and yada yada yada, but I was thinking of the XP from strength, not the XP from prayer. Which should tell you about how fried my brain is. Moment. So, we have made serious upgrades on this account, and we will continue to make upgrades, and we will beat Ovor, and we will beat Pryatha. And then I will have both of their weapons and nothing to do with them. I'm kidding. That's assuming I actually get them. Which I won't. I mean, I might. There was somebody who got, like, both first try on each boss. So, you know, it's possible. But until next time, this has been The Other Guy. Thank you so much for watching. And I don't remember my outro.